Welcome back to RFL. You've got the telephone number up on your screen. We want to hear your take on the Kavanaugh nomination and what you thought of the hearings this week, really anything connected to it. In our next segment, we're going to play some of the clips that we heard yesterday from Judge Kavanaugh. In this segment, though, we want to focus on Dr. Ford's testimony yesterday. And let's start with her describing why she came forward.
These past couple of weeks have been the hardest of my life. I've had to relive this trauma in front of the world. And I've seen my life picked apart by people on television, on Twitter, other social media, other media, and in this body who have never met me or spoken with me. I have been accused of acting out of partisan political motives. Those who say that do not know me. I am an independent person and I am no one's pawn. My motivation in coming forward was to be helpful and to provide facts about how Mr. Kavanaugh's actions have damaged my life so that you could take into a serious consideration as you make your decision about how to proceed. It is not my responsibility to determine whether Mr. Kavanaugh deserves to sit on the Supreme Court. My responsibility is to tell you the truth.
And Dr. Ford also took note to let everybody know that she first came forward with this information about Kavanaugh when Kavanaugh was named to the president's shortlist, but before he was named as the nominee to the Supreme Court. Dr. Ford also gave an emotional description of the incident.
I was pushed onto the bed and Brett got on top of me. He began running his hands over my body and grinding into me. I yelled, hoping that someone downstairs might hear me, and I tried to get away from him, but his weight was heavy. Brett groped me and tried to take off my clothes. He had a hard time because he was very inebriated and because I was wearing a one-piece bathing suit underneath my clothing. I believed he was going to rape me. I tried to yell for help. When I did, Brett put his hand over my mouth to stop me from yelling. This is what terrified me the most and has had the most lasting impact on my life. It was hard for me to breathe, and I thought that Brett was accidentally going to kill me. Both Brett and Mark were drunkenly laughing during the attack. They seemed to be having a very good time. Mark seemed ambivalent, at times urging Brett on, and at times telling him to stop. A couple of times I made eye contact with Mark and thought he might try to help me, but he did not. During this assault, Mark came over and jumped on the bed twice while Brett was on top of me. And the last time that he did this, we toppled over and Brett was no longer on top of me. I was able to get up and run out of the room. Directly across from the bedroom was a small bathroom. I ran inside the bathroom and locked the door.
More from Professor Ford in a moment. Right now, Mitch McConnell, Majority Leader in the Senate, speaking live on the Senate floor. Let's take a look.
Corroborate these accusations, or in fact supports Judge Kavanaugh's unequivocal denial. And in some cases, the accusers have even recanted their baseless allegations. All in all, this is a nominee who's received what many consider the gold standard of judicial qualification, a rating of unanimously well qualified from the American Bar Association. So this is a nomination that deserves to move forward, and that is precisely, Mr. President, what is happening. I commend our colleagues on the committee for sending this impressive nominee here to the floor with favorable recommendation. Now we will keep the process moving. The full Senate will begin considering Judge Kavanaugh's nomination today.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell there addressing the Senate and talking about advancing the nomination today. We'll have to do a little investigation and figure out exactly what he meant by that, but this is after he had agreed to delay any vote on Judge Kavanaugh by a week. so that the FBI could complete an investigation. One other note in his comments, he mentioned that Kavanaugh had the full endorsement of the American Bar Association, he called the gold standard. The ABA pulled their endorsement of Kavanaugh this morning, saying that they also wanted the FBI to investigate. We're going to take a quick break here on RFL. When we come back, the latest on whatever McConnell was saying about the status of the Kavanaugh vote. We're also going to get into more of Kavanaugh's testimony yesterday with its highs and lows. We'll show you what you mean. And then we want to hear from you. Phone lines are open. The telephone number, you see it right there, 888-766-2428. Your thoughts on everything you've seen this week and the question, should Judge Kavanaugh be confirmed to the Supreme Court?